So for today, and really the rest of this week, we're going to be looking at natural logarithms or logarithms to base e. And like we said before, e is it's just a value. It's an irrational number. It's about 2.71 and all that, right? 2.72. And when we're writing logarithms, instead of having to put log base of e, we can rewrite that as the natural log, or ln of x. Okay, so it's a shorter way for particular logarithms. So what we're looking at today is how to rewrite logarithms that have e in them somewhere. So keep this one in mind. Anytime you see log base e of x, you can rewrite that as the natural log of x. And then don't forget our base rule that we say log base b of x equals y is equivalent to b to the y power equals x, right? That was from our very first day, and this rule still applies. Okay. So looking at our examples, I'm going to do these in 2 steps. And then hopefully once you see a couple of these, you start realizing what's happening, and then you can do this in just 1 step. So we start with e to the x equals 8, and I want to write that as a logarithm. So I can say, if I look up here, my base is e, so I can rewrite this as log base e, and then I switch my other 2 numbers, so log base e of 8 equals x, right? So this would be if I just wanted to write it as a logarithm. And then we said anytime we have log base e, instead of having to put all that, we can just say this is the oops, I put it backwards. The natural log of 8 equals x. And then that becomes our answer. So you can always do these 2 steps. You can write it as a logarithm, and then anytime you see log base e, you can replace that with the natural log. Or hopefully you recognize when you have e to the x equals something, you're always going to end up with this result here, right? So if we look at our second example, e to the 5th power equals x. And hopefully, if you pause this and think about it for a second, you can recognize what the answer is going to be without having to work it out. Otherwise, I am going to work it out. So e to the 5th, so this is log base e of x equals 5. And then since I have log base e, I can rewrite this as the natural log of x is 5. And then that's it. We're not solving anything, we're just rewriting. Okay? And then we go the opposite way. What if we have a logarithm and we want to rewrite as an exponent? So again, I'm going to do this in 2 steps, but you can do this in 1 step if you recognize what's happening here. So I see natural log, so I'm going to rewrite that as log base e of x equals 42. And I want to write that as an exponent. So my base is the base of my exponent. X and 42 switch places, so this is going to be e to the 42nd power equals x. Okay? And again, hopefully you look at that, you recognize what information is given to you, this x and this 42, and where that is always going to end up when we rewrite these. Okay? Otherwise, you can always do the work. You do the 2 steps, you get the right answer, it just takes a little bit more time. All right, so that's the first half of the assignment. The second half is just practice from last week, just combining logarithms together, only all these are just natural logs, but that doesn't change your math at all. So if we have 3 natural log of 10 minus natural log of 8, so I can get rid of this coefficient by using my power rule. So it's going to be natural log of 10 to the 3rd minus the natural log of 8. And then since I'm subtracting, that's a division statement. This is the natural log of 10 to the 3rd over 8. And then this actually, like this looks like it'd be okay, but you can actually simplify this. 10 to the 3rd power is 1,000, and 1,000 divided by 8 actually is a whole number. So this is actually the natural log of 125 So you got to be a little bit careful. If you don't have any variables, you got to think, can I actually do this math? Will this work out? Okay. Our second one, we've got 3 logarithms. That's okay. We just go 2 at a time. We get rid of my coefficient first. So this is going to be the natural log. 1/2 times 2 is 1/4. Bring the rest down. So natural log of 40 plus here, natural log of x. Since these are all just, this kind of looks like a T. Since these are all just being added, we know this is just going to be, it's going to be multiplication, but for the sake of seeing the steps, we'll just do 2 numbers at a time. So 40 times 1/4 is 10. So it's going to be the natural log of 10 plus the natural log of x. And then we combine these two, another product property. So it's going to be the natural log of 10 times x, which is literally just 10x. There you go. So nothing new here. All stuff we practiced last week. Again, the only difference is every single time, instead of giving you different log bases, it's always just going to be the natural log, right? Which is log base E, 2.72-ish. All right, good luck. Let me know how it goes.